Hey guys, welcome to episode 9. That's where we are at. Your brain on Tom. And we are here on this, just me, just doing this week, just by myself. I got a busy weekend coming up with a wedding, first one, doing adult things, going and doing, actually having to be in the wedding party and stuff, so all big things, all spooky, but here we are, being adults. But I'm not going to fucking not do an episode. And I say that after watching fucking, good lord, 2 hours of fucking just Quake videos instead of packing. Because, Quake, holy fuck. I got into the Quake. I'm just going to jump into this. Because we got to fucking move. We can't stop. Got to keep going. Got places to be in it's fucking 8 hours. But, yeah, I got into the Quake Champions beta. Closed beta. But I don't trust that because I just went to their website and said, I'd like one Quake Champions, please. And they said, sure thing, kid. And they just gave it to me. So I don't know if that counts. It just kind of happened. But I got in. And holy shit. I haven't played Quake really at all. And I played Quake Live here and there. And I had recently downloaded Quake Live just because I wanted to play more Quake. But it seems kind of dead. Except for I just checked the Steam... the Steam charts thing where it tells you who's playing at what hours, and it seems to be it's the middle of the day, so that might be it's because it's more big in Europe or something. But yeah, it's just, for those uninitiated, Quake's really the reason we have competitive and just any kind of multiplayer shooter at this point. Yeah, it's fucking the granddaddy of it all. And yeah, they are redoing it. Not redoing it. They're making a new one to be kind of in competition with the stuff that's out today, such as an Overwatch and stuff like that, with these class-based shooters that are all the rage with the kids. And so I got into this one, and Quake's hard. Quake is fucking hard, and I knew that. And I always have a deep respect for somebody who played Quake, or someone's like, oh, I played Quake. And I'm like, okay, so this guy's a fucking badass and kick ass in any fucking first-person shooter on the computer. And it's hard. I didn't get totally fucking stomped in the one game of the 3 games I got to play, because I guess the closed beta windows are only gonna be on weekends, so I just played the end of last weekend. And I gotta say, I got second in one of them, which isn't too bad, in my second game. And then the first one, I had to figure out what was going on, and then I did okay to middle of the pack, and then I got kind of blown the fuck out in the third one. But it's tough. It's tough. The maps are cool. I like the style of map control being such a big part of it, where you're trying to position yourself and find your route and trying to figure out how you can maximize the amount of pickups you're getting from the map. So understanding where the health are, understanding where power weapons are. All weapons are power weapons, really, because you can only pick up weapons in this game, as opposed to your Call of Duties, where you pick your guns before you go in and you have your loadouts or whatever. This is vastly different, where you're having you start with one thing and then you go and pick up the rest of them, and having to understand where things are when you spawn with the nearest weapon you can get to that will maybe help you out actually win. And so I had to learn the maps and stuff like that, but I'm just not good. It's just really hard because movement is really important. There's a lot of movement in Quake where you're not in Overwatch, a game I've been playing a lot of. You're just kind of unless you're playing Lucio, which I play a lot of, it's just kind of typical running gun, be in the right place, get the high ground, win the game. Lucio has the added ability of wall riding, and he can climb walls and stuff like that, and he can get to certain places, and he can you can ride around certain pillars and stuff like that, and bounce around areas and stuff like that, and get from point A to point B faster and stuff like that. And he's a healer, so you're jumping to people using walls and stuff like that. But Quake doesn't have that. Quake is just that all the time, and the movement isn't necessarily wall based. I believe a Quake Champions is a character who has a wall jump, working somewhere equivalent to almost Hanzo or Genji's wall climb, where you kind of stick to the wall for a second. I've seen people use it in these hours of videos I've watched, where they'll just kind of use it to tap the wall in case you fuck up a jump, because a lot of Quake is building momentum so that you can propel yourself across the arena. So you're on one ledge and you jump across, and you're gonna just skip over a huge gap and land on the next ledge, take a power up, and then keep moving. Instead of what you would normally do and like, maybe drop down, go to the jump pad and get around. So you can just do things a lot faster. And it's just the technical requirements of moving yourself with jumping forward and like the moving your mouse with your body and trying to like build momentum. You just swing yourself all over the place. It's pretty fucking rad. Hard though. So I've been just researching the whole thing. I mean, I can't play it right now because the servers are down. And for some reason, just Quake Live is dead. I don't know what's going on. Like, the one time I booted it up, immediately after the Quake Champions beta had ended, there were like 3 servers with like, I want to say the biggest one was like 10 people. So like, it's not even like there's a ton of people out there playing it. So I was like, oh, okay. So, but I think there's like practice arenas. So I might jump into a couple of those that are just like single player me, just practicing like rocket jumping. Because I just learned you can do it off of walls, which I mean makes sense, but you can like propel yourself off a wall and clear a jump better or something like that. But it's such a cool game to play, like something to see something that is so high skill cap, and just when you watch something, I was just watching a bunch of QuakeCon stuff, the big Quake event that they hold every year, and I was watching last year's. And it was their finals, and just how, if you want fucking your butthole clenched, watch the 2016 QuakeCon finals with Evil and what was his name? I don't remember. Something else. And just like one of the matches, the Quake game goes for 10 minutes, and if you're tied, because it's done 1v1, and if you're tied, you add an extra 2 minutes. And this 10-minute game went to 28 minutes. So they just kept adding 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and just kept going because they just were tied for so long. Or as soon as one of them would kill one, he would immediately turn on, the thing would turn on and he'd kill someone. Or they would kill some, at one point, like he's down 2-0, he takes 2 kills, ties it up, and then they're sitting at 2-2 forever. And it was just super sick. And just like watching them try to dominate parts of the map, where it's just like the 2 major power-ups, the Mega Health and the Red Armor, and trying to control that. And actually the map they were on, I didn't know this was the thing, they had, there's a door that was locked, but you could pick up a key power-up. And as long as you held the key, you could open this door and clear this area way faster. You could like jump between 2 areas, or you wouldn't have to jump between, you just run between 2 areas way faster than the other guy could. So you try to figure out where you want to be and like what he was doing. And so they would, and you have to pick up ammo. You don't just have infinite ammo like in Overwatch or something. So you can only have so many shots, so you can't really sit in one spot because you're gonna run out of ammo. So you gotta like run over, grab a power up, run over, go get some ammo, then try to kill him and move around, and just like seeing how they would just kind of rotate through the map, and watching how like at one point a guy did not understand. One of the guys miscounted when the power-up was going to hit it, because the power-ups have specific timers when they're going to spawn, and he miscalculated what the time was, and realized that wasn't going to spawn for like 3 seconds or something like that, but he'd already sat there for 5, and the other guy totally knew what the timer was when it was going to pop, so he was going to come around the corner and kill him, because he was going to be cornered because the way the power-up was positioned, and he was just standing on top of where it was going to spawn, so he was at a major disadvantage for just miscalculating. And so he had to like run away and move, like reposition himself in a different way so that he wouldn't just be immediately murdered. And it was just such a cool flow of like what, like, just the power, how you use power-ups, how you control the power-ups on the map, how you move from power-up to power-up. Like the Red Armor was up on like a top cliff thing, and you'd have to like, they would rocket jump from the floor and grab it, or they would run across these like pillars throughout the arena to get to it and stuff like that. And then just they're looking for a quick shot, and then seeing how they use the different guns, and like they'll switch quickly to the railgun and try to take a shot, and maybe they clip them real quick, but they're so good at stacking power-ups. So that, like, you start at like, what is it, 100 health and 50 armor or something, but they're constantly trying to keep it at 200 health, 200 armor. And when you go over those thresholds, or is it if you go over 100, maybe just definitely for health, but maybe armor if you go over 50, but once you go over 100, we'll say, it deteriorates. So you have, once you get 200, after 1 second, it's 199, and it just keeps going down. So like they have to constantly refresh it and constantly move around, and to make sure they're picking up different power-ups to keep it up. So they're stacking all these power-ups constantly and just moving around constantly. And then the way you can, as you're running and you're swaying, you're building up speed and stuff like that by jumping and strafing and stuff like that, you'll build up speed, and so everyone's moving super fast throughout the whole thing. And like I think they'll make a lot of noise too. So there was a thing that one guy kept doing where he'd like almost like halt, and then he would just like slow down completely and like listen, or maybe just slow himself down. I'm not really sure what his exact purpose of doing this was, but he would like stop moving and like kill all momentum and then pick it up again. So he'd like slow things down and stuff like that. Because I think you could hear where he was running and stuff. And just to watch them like quickly turn around a match and like, okay, they just got 2 quick kills, or like you finally kill someone and then you just take you know, these guys know these maps so well that they're like, okay, he's going to spawn here, and they'll just run to the next spawn and just hope that that's where they're going to spawn, because you have these multiple options of where you can spawn. Yeah, so just this kind of constant battle of just watching these guys move just incredibly fast with like reflexes and mental power. I mean, the maps aren't humongous, but they're still like moving at such a skilled rate, and then just the different guns. Actually, the one thing I didn't know, I didn't really notice this in Quake Champions, so it might not carry over. I know like the grenade launcher, which is a key item. So what they'll do is it's just a grenade launcher, and they never get killed with it. I don't even think they even get hit with it. But what they'll do is, you run into each other, but in reality you're only like a hallway apart. And so you know you take out your grenade launcher, you just fire grenades in the hallway, and the guy's like, all right, fuck you, and he just goes to try to get around behind you. So you fire off a few. And then you think, oh, hey, he's moved. And you have to go and try to figure out where he went from there. But maybe he didn't. He's coming around for you. So it's just like this constant like mind game of like where someone is and how they're moving and stuff. Very sick. But the lightning gun in Quake Live that they were playing has a pushback mechanic. So as you're firing and if you hit them, they push backwards. And so like a big thing about it is pinning someone to the wall. So if you shoot them where, you know, the wall, you can just push them into the wall. Or what they'll do is if they say both of you are running at a power-up, you can just push them away from a power-up, take the power-up, and then kill them. So it's a lot of them understanding just what angle they want to come at something. So maybe they don't get pushed to the wall, or maybe they can't maybe they shoot the rocket launcher, so they have a bounce, so the rocket launcher will bounce them off, so maybe they miss their shot, they can grab the power-up, so it's like them trying to use the weapons in specific ways, which is pretty cool. But the game is hard. The game is like really, really hard. I'm just kind of now, I don't know, I've been like, just now I'm like looking into it and trying to learn the different aspects of it and stuff, and like Quake Champions adds different character designs, which have different powers and stuff like that, and like the wall jump, or the one guy has no limit to his momentum when he's strafe jumping or whatever. So he just go faster and faster and faster indefinitely. And then there's not only is there just this added difficulty of movement, there's this insane difficulty of just the way the guns work. I've hit someone like twice with a railgun. I've never killed anyone with it. It's just such a challenging weapon to use. And actually, the Quake Champions adds a zoom in, like a looking down your sights feature, like you would like Call of Duty or whatever, and it just kind of increases your damage, but slows you down dramatically. So you kind of have to like pick which way you're doing it. So like you zoom in, I think the machine gun does 8 damage, but if you zoom in, it does 12. So like you can have bonuses to how you want to take the fight. Like if you're at a range and you want to slow down and shoot more precisely zoomed in, and then pull out and try to run someone. The one thing I got to figure out is how to handle like an engagement. Like as you're fighting someone, do you want to backpedal? Do you want to just run around them? Do you want to try to escape them and then take them at your advantage? I'm not really sure, because it seems like everything goes so quickly that I'm not really sure. Like I feel like almost like just like, and you don't want to run at them, because they could, if they have the rocket launcher, they can switch to that and kill you immediately. Maybe they kill themselves, but like you don't get any. It's a weird. I got to figure out like what would be like, what's the considered best option in playing this. So I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not gonna be able to play it this weekend because I'm gone for this wedding. But I do want to give it another. I think I'm indefinitely in the closed beta. I'm not really sure. Again, like it was so quick that I didn't really give they didn't really give me anything. They're like, hey, you can just stream this and you're good. It's like, all right, whatever. So I'll check back once in a while as soon as I can get into it again. But I definitely do want to give it another go, because it's just a lot of fun. Like I've just kind of been, I don't know, I kind of did the one thing I wanted to do in Overwatch, which is hit Diamond. So now I'm kind of like, kind of want a new shooter. I want to do something different. I don't know. I just want to not, I don't know. I've been kind of like, just like, I don't need to play this anymore. Like I did the one thing I wanted. I wanted wanted to see if I could do this thing, and I did it. Now it's like, I could set a new goal, but a new game sounds more interesting. So I might focus more into Quake as I can get, if I can. I'm not sure if I'll be able, like, I don't know when Quake Champions comes out, to be completely honest. I have no idea. I just kind of saw someone streaming, I was like, I wonder if I can play this. And then they just gave me a beta key. I have no idea. I had no credentials, so if you want to play too, just fucking ask Mr. Bethesda. Just go to their website. It was so weird, so easy. What else is there? Oh yes, Persona 5. Oh man, that's a good one. I think, now I'm not 100% sure, because the game's so goddamn fun, I wasn't paying attention, and I thought about this on the way home today. I think I played more Persona 5 in the last 7 days than I have worked at my job. Now granted, I only had 3 days of work this week, because I had Memorial Day off and Friday off because of this wedding, but I probably played, at a bare minimum, 30 hours this weekend. A bare minimum. And I didn't even notice it. And also, I didn't beat the game. I probably got through Act 2. It was crazy. I just did so much. And it was just so fun. Oh gosh, so good. So good. Oh my lord, what a game. Like, just running, I forgot exactly where I was, but it just kind of hit me at one point when I was just playing, and I was in some dungeon. I was one of the palaces, I think. And I just realized, like, this is the best, like, turn-based RPG I may have ever played in my life. This is amazing. Just the way the way the abilities work, and the magic works off each other, and the way the baton pass thing works, where you can just tag off and bonus damage someone, and just the way the knockdown system works, where you knock down, get extra turn, baton pass. Like, I've been using Morgana and Yosuke a lot, because Morgana has Lucky Punch, which has an increased crit chance, just knocks someone down, and then he gets a better version of this as well. And then Yosuke has Rising Slash, and he gets also an upgraded version of that, which does big damage and normally, and does bonus damage on a baton pass. So you knock him down, pass off, kill him immediately, and you can just keep doing this. It's fucking awesome. And like, bosses aren't necessarily immune to like everything. Like, sometimes they're immune to, like, there's some enemies that don't have elemental weaknesses. Like Oni is one of the demons that doesn't have an elemental weakness, but he can still be crit. He can still be hit and knocked over. So like, stuff like that. I can just do cool shit and like figure out how you want to combo things together, and each character being super unique. I fucked up one of the characters. One of the last party member you get, I just totally fucking had no idea how its character worked, like how the persona worked, and just fucked it up. Like, it was getting, it started with, it's like with like gun damage attacks, or a gun damage attack. I'm like, why would it have this? This is stupid, because it looks like a mage. And as I've been leveling it up, I've realized that, it actually got a bunch of bonuses to gun damage, so I totally fucked that up, but I'm never going to use it anyway, so I don't even care. So yeah, I just want to keep playing. It's so good. And just like, all the social links are super cool. I try to get the bad ending in all the Persona games at least once, just to see it, because they're so long. I don't want to like play again. I don't want to play again just to see a bad ending. So I try to grab them once, and usually in all of them, you get the bad ending. It's like, hey, you got the bad ending, now I want to continue, and then you just jump back into where you were and just do it correctly. Like in 3, it's actually super early in the game too. Like, I want to say it's like in November or something. Just like, the games usually go from like March to, or April to about December, January-ish, somewhere in that range, is like your window of playtime. So like November was when 3's bad ending had happened. This one was kind of cool once you kind of realize how what led to it to happen for the bad ending, but it's like really short. But I did like it. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm playing this game. It's so fucking good. Oh my god. Like, definitely the best game on the PS4 right now that I've played. Like, it's just so good. It's amazing that this thing, like, first off, it took forever to come out, but just the fact that it came out, it lives up to it. A lot of people are talking shit about like, just different things. I don't even know why. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not as good as 4 or whatever their fucking reason. And they're so wrong. They're so fucking wrong. Like, fucking 3 and 4 are great, and I like 3 probably more than 4, especially for the characters and story. Gameplay, 4 beats 3, but whatever. 5 just destroys 4. 4 just destroys it. Better characters. Every character is awesome. Like, every social link, as something cool, something adds to the table. Like the fact that the non-party member social links give you like in battle bonuses, like this one kid, he teaches you gun stuff, and you get like, you know, better gun abilities. Or the one girl who plays like chess will teach you tactics, and like one of them is like you can run away with like on turn 1, stuff like that, and just doing like a lot of cool shit with just the battle. But you get this shit from outside, or like they'll sell you things. Like some of the store clerks, you can start social links with, they'll sell you stuff. It's as opposed to just like, you know, oh, here's a guy die in a park, like whatever. Like that's a nice story and everything, but it doesn't. The only reason you want to do it is because like you want to do it. It doesn't have extra bonuses for giving it a shot. Like it was never a problem to not max out all your social links. But this one's like, oh, if I really want to get max, I mean, you always shoot for it because what else are you going to do during the day? But like this one's like, oh wow, I really want to actually get every social link done because I can get like some of these bonuses are just so fucking cool. Like the fucking temperance ones give you extra time all the time. You know, you can you get like bonus time during classes, and occasionally teachers are just pulled away, and instead of, you can just, you know, read one of your books or make tools or whatever. Or after dungeons, you can get a massage from the character, and then you can fucking just get time after dungeons back. Or what's the other one? Oh, you can do your laundry. You collect like damaged armor in dungeons, and you have to take it to the laundromat to like refine them, and you can just hire someone to do it for you, so you don't have to actually waste your night doing that. So stuff like that. It's just like there's so many cool bonuses to working for other people, and sure, that makes others like way better than some of them. You know, it's like, oh, you know, temperance is one of the best. Temperance and death are so much better than a whole bunch of others. But like, it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. Another thing I really like too, and it's because of the way the game works with the mementos thing, which is like, mementos is kind of like the traditional dungeon where it's just, you know, you just go from floor to floor to floor. So you just, you know, you're on floor 10, you just go to 11, you just keep going. Actually, you go down, but whatever. So you're just going deeper and deeper and deeper, and you just clear floor, go down, clear floor, go down. And they added like little boss fights, but a lot of them are attached to your social links. So you hang out with a person, and you find out that there's a person in their life that's really mean, or they know someone who's being really bad, and so you go into mementos and you change their heart, like, you know, as the Phantom Thief you are. And you get like a little quest for this little dungeon thing, and everything's all tied together, and it's just so smooth. Everything is so well done. Like, oh my god, Persona is really cool. The way they expanded the magic system, was it used to just be, you know, fire, ice, wind, lightning, light and dark, which were just insta kills, and then you had physical, and they added, you know, there's physical, there's gun, which is just piercing damage from 3, kind of. You have a gun, but your persona's got piercing damage moves as well. What's the other ones? Oh, psychic, nuclear, which they've always kind of had a nuclear option, but it was closer to just non-elemental damage. It just did like base damage. It may have also ignored defenses. I don't 100% remember. I forget, but they still have those, the almighty spells and stuff like that. They do almighty damage, which is just like damage, pure damage. It's not like there's no elemental property to it. But they added nuclear and psychic. They added actual damage moves to light and dark, as opposed to, because what it used to be, if someone was weak to light or dark, you would cast the spell that would, you know, instantly kill it, but sometimes it would still miss because it was going to instantly kill it. So its accuracy was pretty low. They had a higher chance of hitting because they were weak to it, but still. So this is nicer, where it's like, okay, I have a save option, like maybe, and also because they could instant kill, they cost a lot more magic SP, your spirit points. So now it's like, okay, cool, I can use like a cheaper option as well to get this job done. Because once you knock down all the enemies, you get the all-out attack, which you basically a triangle, and you tell all of your party members to just kill everything. So everyone just dives in on the enemies, and these, oh my god, the all-out attack animation and the finishers. So if you do instigate all attack and kill the enemy, they have like a cool like fucking splash card where it's like them posing and then freeze frame, and they have a cool phrase in the back, and there's like a special artwork for each character. Each character has one. Each party member has their own unique like finisher, final page thing, like the little splash page. It's such a cool fucking like idea, and just it's just so good. It's just like this is not the first time I've ever just sat down and played video games for fucking 8-10 hours at a time. I've done that before, but this is the first time I've done it in a long time where I just like I'm looking at the clock like, oh shit, it's fucking 2 a.m. All right, cool, I guess I should go to bed. As opposed to like when I did with Uncharted, I just kind of sat down and then it was like, you're 6 hours in. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. I want to stop doing this, but this game's over in like an hour and a half, so I'll just keep playing. Let's get this over with. Persona 5 was just like, nope, I just want to fucking play this. Like, I don't even care. This is fucking awesome. And like, it's so easy too, because it's got the, it works on a calendar system where it's, you have afternoons, you go to school in the morning, afternoons to hang out and do things, and then evenings. And so you just fall into a rhythm of like, okay, well, I want to do this. I want to do this social link first, hang out with this person, and then I want to go to this store. I want to make sure I do this at night. I want to work on these stats because you have like social stats that help. You basically have a social RPG and the traditional RPG. So you want to work on these social stats. You want to do this, that. Fucking rad as shit. So cool. Oh man, so fucking cool. Just like having to like balance everything and be like, all right, when do I want to go to the dungeon? When do I want to fucking work on friends? Like, when do I want to balance all this stuff? So it's just so easy to fall into a rhythm where like you just plan out like 3 days. You're like, all right, well, I want to do this, this, this. And all right, so this guy's not available today, so I'll go and do this guy instead. And then hopefully that guy shows up tomorrow. And so you just find yourself like literally repeating stuff over and over and over again. You're just like, okay, you're just falling into the same pattern. And but you can just so easily just be like, all right, one more day. And you just keep going and going and going. But yeah, I'm not even close. I mean, I'm in like November, late November in that game. And I think from what I've heard, the last day that's playable is like Christmas Eve. So I'm like 30 days from finishing the game. But oh boy, what a good fucking time. Like, I probably won't finish it till maybe next weekend or something. But it's a good fucking time. Long as shit though. Like, the whole game is in a frame story. So it's, you play this moment, and then then it's from there you start like talking to a woman, and she's asking you questions about what happened leading up to this moment, and you play out everything up to that moment. That took 80 hours to get to that moment. Like, to catch up to the present was 80 hours of gameplay. It's fucking crazy. It's a huge game. I still probably have like a solid month plus whatever the bonus end game dungeon is and all that stuff. The very last parts of the game. I don't know, whatever that is. Could be, 2 hours on its own. So, I mean, who knows? This could take me fucking somewhere between 100 hours. It's crazy. But it's a good time. It's a good fucking time. It's a good fucking game. They do all kind of good fucking stuff. Good fucking game. I love it. You can also date your teacher. So, like, come on now. What more could you ask for? Your teacher's a maid. She wears a maid outfit and you can date her. Hello. Fucking sign me up. Also, Makoto, best girl ever. Let's not even argue. I'll fight you to the death if you say otherwise. Let's see. What else? Let's see. I've already been going on forever, but I don't really want to take up infinite time here. I guess we could talk. I've not had a chance, because I haven't really had enough time to sit down and just do this by myself, to talk about the fucking perfection that is fucking One Piece. Holy fucking shit. I know I bring this up often and talk about how fucking wonderful it is, but I just want to talk about a specific little moment for just a quick bit here. That is the Pirate War. And that basically is, I want to say it takes place between like chapters like 550 to 600-ish. Like this section here. From like complete beginning to complete end. So it's like 50 chapters-ish, roughly. I forget exactly when it started, because I wasn't really paying attention, but like it's somewhere in that range. And chapters are roughly like, I don't know, 13 to 20 pages. It is just such a perfect culmination of the whole series up to that point. Like, it's just so many, everything that happened leading up to that moment is, it's just, everything's foreshadowed to this moment. You meet so many characters that will play into it later. You hear about characters. You keep hearing about Whitebeard, this legendary pirate who's off doing whatever big fancy pants pirates do. And you see his subordinates, and they're these crazy strong guys. Luffy's brother, or whatever. You meet these people. And just to kind of see it all play together, and how some characters come back, and because it all starts with Luffy breaking his brother out of prison. The Marines in this world, they have 3 major built places. They have Enies Lobby, which is kind of like, it's basically the lobby to marine ocean. And there's like a little Bermuda Triangle of just marine water, and they have like a special current, and you can only get into it from past certain gates or whatever. And so they have the lobby, a prison, and their headquarters. And Luffy is at the destruction of all 3 of them. Like, Luffy is the catalyst, not necessarily for the headquarters, but for both the prison and the lobby. He is the reason they fucking are in shambles. Like, he just assaults he's at the assault of all 3 of these things. And just fucking he's just, oh my god. But he is trying to break his brother out of prison. His brother, a member of the Whitebeard Pirates, this one of the strongest. There's like, what do they call him? Like the 4 or the 4 emperor pirate captains or something. He's part of these 4 crazy pirate captains. And so, like, if you fuck with one of his crew members, he fucks your family. He fucks your whole thing up. So, like, if you kill one of the crew members of Whitebeard, they go after and kill you. So it's like this. Whitebeard has this family. He calls everyone his son and his daughter that are on his crew, and everyone calls him dad and stuff like that. They have like this family bond, and so they're trying to. Luffy tries to break his brother out. His brother's gonna be executed, and if he's executed, though, the government, the world government at the time, like, if we do this, Whitebeard's gonna show up. He's gonna try to fucking stop this because we're gonna kill one of his family, one of his children. That doesn't fly. And just you hear about Whitebeard a lot, and you see some of these characters pop up that eventually show up. Some of the higher up Marines, some of the crazy strong pirate characters. You hear about them, you see them sometimes show up and do something, but they're never like, this. We've never really seen. Most of the time, we don't even know what they do. We don't know what their powers are. And that's the thing too about One Piece is, like, a lot of One Piece is established right in the beginning. It's like, this is how devil fruit powers work. Here are their strengths, weaknesses. Here's how the world works, and go. Like, we're not like we hear about the aspects. Like, a lot of times too is like, sure, we don't necessarily we never saw like the prison or the lobby or the headquarters. Like in the series, we didn't see it until these moments we actually showed up there with Luffy. We hear about them hundreds of chapters before they play in. We hear about these places. Someone gets they get mentioned because these characters live in this world. They're gonna talk like they live in this world. They're gonna just mention a place. And sure, someone like Luffy or maybe fucking any of the other characters, the Straw Hats, they're not from the Grand Line where this is all taking place. So maybe they don't necessarily know what that is. They might go, oh, what's Impel Down? And they go, oh, it's the prison. All right, cool. We just now know this. They don't sit there. Like, a lot of times in manga, a series they'll over-explain something where it's almost like it's weird writing where they'll say like, oh, what's this? And then the next 3 pages are dedicated to charts and graphics explaining how this thing works. And it's obviously for your advantage, and a lot of times it's not the end of the world. It's a couple pages. It's mostly just big pictures with like drawings being like, this is what this is, and this is how this ties into this, blah blah blah. One Piece doesn't totally do that a lot, and a lot of times they just kind of, like, when you see these things, if you see these images, like sometimes when they were in the prison, they would show maps of the prison to show you where everyone was during this operation. So where was Luffy? Where were some of the Marine guys? Where were some of the other pirates? Like, where were they located on each section? Because there's 7 sections or 6 sections or something like that. So it's just like, which section are they on? How far do they got to go? Whatever. So they would do that, but at the beginning of a chapter, and it'd be like, all right. So just because, like, obviously, when you're marathoning this, it doesn't matter because you already know. You're like, right, he was on floor 4. I knew that. But these do happen weekly, and sometimes there are breaks. So sometimes maybe it was a bit longer. And also, I would assume they somehow somewhat subscribe to the idea of every comic is someone's first. So they're gonna do stuff to, like, catch people up if they haven't jumped in. And from what I've heard from my manga informed friends, is that during this time of like right before the jailbreak and like up to the Pirate War, or at the end of the Pirate War, was like the peak of One Piece sales and like popularity in Japan, and I think over here as well. So obviously they had to catch people up because they were buying old manga and trying to keep up, and some people just jumped right in. So like there were reasons to constantly kind of bring stuff up again, but it really didn't happen that often. Like it really did not walk you through things. You just kind of understood things in what felt like a very organic way, which was really refreshing to just kind of flow into something, understand something. And really, during the war itself, they only really introduced one new concept, and that was the type of devil fruit power you can have. Because there's just their typical one. There are elemental ones, and they have a name. I'll say they're called like Zoan or something. They're basically like your ice power, your typical fire power. One of them is lava, stuff like that. So they have like one of them's light. That guy's dope. So they have like their typical power, that one. And then there was the mythical beast concept, where like, your phoenixes or whatever. So like this one guy's a phoenix or whatever. So die and rebirth type thing. So they just introduced that idea. But otherwise, everything that happened, it was just like, oh shit, that's going to happen now. Or like someone would have a power and they would just show you it and you're like, oh fuck, that's fucking cool. Like one character, he steals a power from someone else. Or like he kills someone for that power, for their fruit rather. And then you see what that power does now. Like you get a clear, like they kind of hinted at it, but now you can clearly see what it does. Like why, you see why he killed someone so he could have this power. Because there's only one of each fruit. So you have to, if you want this one, you have to, if you want this power, this power, like specifically that, like whatever one you want, you have to kill someone that's about to eat it so that you can eat it, or like buy it out or whatever, because there's only one. And so like that happened at one point. So you see why he did that, because of how powerful this one is. But it was just such a perfect, at the end of the first half of the journey, not necessarily of the series, but of the journey. Because the world is broken into two halves, Paradise and New World. New World is where the series is now. It's like after the, it's the new section of it. Whereas Paradise is the first half, because that's how the world is. You start at one end, you go to the one part of the red line, and then from the other, which is the one land continent mass. I may have explained this previously on this thing, but just to clarify things a little smoother. So then there's the second half. So it's kind of the end of the first half, this big foreshadowed event. There's like, I was probably like 200 chapters away from this event starting, and I was aware there was going to be a pirate war because of the way things were just playing out. Like, people talking like, Whitebeard's going to do something, this and that, and then eventually, you see why he was thinking to do stuff, and this tension was building, and then finally they gave Whitebeard a reason to show up and just like attack the headquarters with his massive fucking dope ass fleet of ships. So you're just it was just kind of a perfect like blend of just things building and becoming, just finishing. It was like this finish of an arc, but it was, many arcs built up and just compiled into this one moment. It was just so fucking rad to see everything work out and be cool, and just the battle, seeing all these characters show up and seeing what their powers are, or like some of the characters you had kind of seen, and you see them just beat the shit out of the Straw Hats, just destroy them, or like beat them real bad, but then like something happens, some circumstance happens, and they escape. And now you're seeing people who go toe to toe with these guys and give these guys a run for their money. It's like, holy fuck, like the Straw Hats are nowhere near strong enough to fucking take care of this. It's fucking, and then you know that they're going to eventually. It's just kind of cool. It's like a really cool halfway point. It was a really cool like payoff to all this information we learned, and it just felt so organic and such like a perfect, just, oh god, it's so well done. It was just so fucking well done. Oh my god. Oh, Whitebeard's such a fucking baller. Good lord. Ugh. Alright, enough of my indulging nonsense. Let's talk about a few entertainment things going on, like the Animaniacs reboot. Oh boy, that's exciting. I like that show when I was a kid. I always enjoyed it. It's weird. You wouldn't think, like, I mean, obviously you might think that like Steven Spielberg would be, absolute baller at fucking like anything he touches. But his the animation part, the ambient animation department, was fucking dope for so long. Like they fucking were doing such great work for so fucking long. Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. I don't remember if they were part of Freakazoid. Was that them? I could check, but I'm not gonna bother. Just a fucking dope ass fucking, like, just this part, like, it's so great. Like, how is he? I mean, I know he's a big fan of animation. Like, he's just a big fan of it and just loves it. But it's so cool that he kept that organization around. They're gonna start a new project. This project that fucking's dope as hell. I hope they get, what the fuck's his name? The guy who did Wacko's voice and stuff like that. He's very famous. I'm blanking on his name right now. Whatever. If you know voice actors, you know what I'm talking about. Robert Paulson? Yeah, it is. It's the same name as the guy in Fight Club. So hopefully get him back to do Wacko and all that stuff, and just kind of, oh man, it's such a great idea to bring it back. Like, I keep saying it, nostalgia's hot right now. Nostalgia's hot. So they need to bring that, but it's just like a good show. It was always so fun. The humor's awesome, and I think he might be involved. Steve Spielberg might be involved in writing some of it, or some. I feel like some of the. I forget. I haven't read the article in a while, but just a dope fucking thing to be happening right now is just to have this fucking classic thing just brought to us again, and just I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what happens and like how they play out with that and how much of it they do. I would love to know, because I know like Twin Peaks is 18 episodes, I believe. They dropped the first 4, something like that. Some even number. That's pretty big. I'm going to say first 6. No, first 4? First 4 sounds more reasonable. So like the first 4 of them dropped. Or whatever the number is. They just sent out episodes. Because I guess 18's a lot. So like they're kind of trying to catch up a little faster. But that'd be kind of cool. They kind of just dumped it all in one place. I forget if it did on Netflix. Or some service other equivalent to that. Because that'd be good. That'd actually be pretty good to kind of have like just some easy way to access all this new stuff. Because like I try to watch, not entirely related, but Ren and Stimpy again. Not the same animation, but it's that same era. And, it's not the easiest thing to get your hands on. Like, I couldn't find it in a good legal way. So I watched a couple episodes on Kiss Cartoon, and I just bought a DVD set of just the John K. years, the creator of the show, who then, because he's a crazy person and a perfectionist, and I think he also, I forget exactly what you know what it was? It was the, I don't remember the name of the episode, but they brutalize Ren with an oar. And I think the episode got banned. I think they were like, all right, dude, you need to stop. So they got rid of him. And then the show carried on for a couple more seasons. But I just wanted the John K section because, like, fucking just, he's so important in animation, just with, like, changing just how you do stuff. His theory of, like, no 2 frames should be the same. Just fucking great shit. And, like, just this great, and I mean, I totally would say that the reason Newgrounds existed the way we know it is because of Ren and Stimpy. It was kids trying to recreate that Ren and Stimpy type of humor and going even further, because there's no board of people telling you what you can and cannot have in a cartoon. So people were making cartoons on Newgrounds that were just way crazier, but like they had like, they're just, that's just, it's super important. It's such a cool thing. And I think the same way about Animaniacs. I think it's a super important show, both for animation and just in production value alone, but in what you can get on TV and all this other stuff, what a kid show can be, these fun little songs that teach you stuff, or just these variety of different things you can do, like just, it's such a great thing. And I hope it all works out. I hope it actually comes out, and I hope it's actually good. And I honestly kind of hope it takes off so we can just get more of that production company's work. Just as different. Is it the same production company? I know he has his own animation department. I actually don't even know for sure if that was the people who were behind the original shows. I want to say they were. I'm not going to look it up, but I'm just going to assume that was the case. But yeah, I would really like more like a Tiny Toons again, or not necessarily Pinky and the Brain. I know a lot of people love that show, and I love the 2 guys when they do like their live events and they play the characters at a live event and stuff. But I just don't really care that much. I think they're more fun when they're tied in with Animaniacs, and just how that whole like that new age, old age type animation, like where they kind of did like a Looney Tunes thing, but they did it in a modern twist. And I kind of hope they do that kind of thing again, where they look back at what animation was and what it was doing and the tropes of it and the fun of it and all that stuff, and then have their spin on it in a modern lens. I don't know if it's going to be, if they were to do that exactly, if it would play out exactly the same as it did then, but I definitely want some kind of similar pace of that. But yeah, oh man, I really hope that comes out good, does well, because it's a dope fucking idea. What a great thing, you know. Always give animators more work. Probably my favorite medium, animation, just as a FYI to anyone giving a shit. But yeah, I think it's just a dope fucking animation, or dope fucking medium that I feel like people as they get older just don't respect it enough. And like, you know, you see a cartoon and people goes, I'm not gonna see that. And this is not even talking about anime, and I actually don't even care as much. I'm talking about like just Western animation in general, but like a lot of people just assume, you know, animation's for kids, and like, you know, things like a Pixar doesn't help. Just perpetuates that idea, because, you know, like Inside Out, totally fine. Fucking, no, whatever. Middling movie at best. But because it plays with emotions and fucking, you know, takes stars, have the main person in the movie as a child, you know, the emotions of a child and all that shit. And just like, all right, fine. Like, I get it. That everything is kind of guided towards a kid, you know, whatever. But I wish more adult animation got chances, got funding, got to happen. It's expensive, so someone's gotta pay for it. And I wish 2D animation would come back, but again, it's expensive. I get it. It's not gonna happen, but you know, it sucks. And like, thank God for Adult Swim for just supporting people to try things, like fucking bringing Samurai Jack back and being like, hey, why don't you do like an adult version of this? Why don't you just do what you want? Like, don't worry about censorship or anything like that. And obviously, Genndy Tartakovsky? I'm not gonna say his name right, I guess. Fuck me. But like, of course, he's not gonna go crazy. Just fucking like a John K. Just go off the walls, like fucking was it Ren Stimpy's Adult Party or something? They got redone on Spike TV or something like that. And it was just a fucking nightmare. So like, he's obviously not gonna go crazy off the wall, but he's gonna, you know, there's blood, but it's still subtle, and he's gonna do other aspects of it, and he's gonna do these things that, you know, maybe you couldn't have gotten on a regular Cartoon Network, but can get on Adult Swim. So stuff like that. I'm just so glad that people are giving some money to that. And honestly, any kind of animation at this point, just put money into it, you know? Sure, I don't like 3D that much, but like, you know, stop motion, stuff like that. Like, get these people these jobs. Let them fucking do what they need to do. Thank God for like Robot Chicken and Moral Oral and stuff like that for existing to create this just jobs for people that do this stuff. Let's see. Let's check my notes. I have a couple other things that are video game related, but I feel like I went hard in the paint on those topics, so. Let's see here. What else do we got? Oh, you know, I'll look at this article that I had pulled up. So, here we are. I'm going to do a live little reading of an article thing. Someone tried to fucking kill the Green Ranger. They showed up at a convention. Yeah, 31 years old. This dude here showed up at the fucking convention with the intention of killing the fucking Green Ranger. Jason David Frank, the actor. I didn't even read far enough to figure out why he did this. But like, what the hell? Why would you do this? This article recommended to me by a listener. Shoutouts to Coach Broderick, my cross-country coach, was saying that I should look into this, and he's fucking right. What a fucking crazy story this nonsense is. What the fuck? This guy is crazy. I don't even understand. Like, he's been so in the background. Like, he's active on his own social media or whatever. So like, but he's not like in the public fucking eye. You don't have to fucking. He was cosplaying as the Punisher. Is that what this is telling me? Man, Thursday, sneaking into Phoenix Comic Con with a collection of guns and other weapons, and he wanted to hurt law enforcement. What a fucking goon. He was targeting bad police officers because he was the real life version of the Punisher. Told the police he was aware that real weapons are banned from the con. Said that the rule doesn't apply to him because, as he previously claimed, he was the Punisher. What a great guy this guy is. Fucking A+, man. Taking his cosplay to the next fucking level. But then he wanted to kill the Green Ranger for no reason. What the fuck is... like I said, he's active on his own social media, but he's so easily just ignored. Like, if you have a problem with the guy, you don't have to follow him. He's so in his own world. He does his own thing. Like, he's just doing him You don't need to bother him. I mean, yeah, sure, he's a crazy Jesus freak at this point, but like, fucking one's zone. Who gives a fuck? Like, it's the only thing he does that's like a little vocal. It's the only thing he can do that's a little controversial. Is like, oh, he's just super into God. Like, otherwise, he just goes to cons and is like, I was the Green Ranger. And everyone's like, yeah, you were, dude. High five. He goes, all right, cool. Give me that fat paycheck. And then he goes home. Like, how could you? Also, I mean, all right. If you're taking your cosplay seriously to bring guns and other weapons and to destroy bad law enforcement, all right, sure, I guess. You're a crazy person, but whatever. In your mind, that makes sense. Now, to break that continuity, to go and kill a guy from not even like a Marvel franchise, but the Power Rangers, which, to be fair, not even American. Like, the character model and all that shit, the design, totally Japanese, from a totally different genre of things. Not owned by the same thing. You shouldn't have concept of what this guy is, or have a reason to kill him. So, like, what are you doing? Like, like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how could you claim you're dedicated to your fucking craft to then just blatantly disregard fucking continuity? What are you doing? This doesn't even make sense. Like, not only are you crazy, you're fucking terrible at this. You fucked up the one thing. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to go fucking attack this guy who's dressed as Kingpin or something. No, you're going to pick the fucking... What are you doing? What are you doing? You're 31 years old. Fucking get your shit together. What are you doing? Fucking 30-year-old grown-ass man trying to fucking ruin people's fun. Claiming to be fucking dedicated to their fucking... What do you say? Does they have a quote in here again? That doesn't matter. This guy's a fucking loon. Like, how do you... Oh my god. This guy's crazy. I mean, I get it. Like, the police thing is all kind of a big deal right now and whatever. Actually, it's not really as much anymore. I feel like that's kind of died down. But whatever. It was a big deal. It's so like, oh, okay, yeah, cops are bad. Whatever. Okay, you're crazy. Sit down. Go home. But you're not even gonna fucking... What are you doing? What are you doing? Like... Oh my god. But yeah, at least everything's okay. Everyone's good. Everyone is gonna be okay and make it. Not be dead. Not be in a terrible place. He finishes off by saying that that kind of shit doesn't even faze him. It won't let it bother him. So that's good. Jason David Frank always being a team of a fucking baller ass fuck, being a motherfucking badass. Even if I don't even know. I mean, that's pretty much what he does. I know he's really into the fucking Power Ranger or the Green Ranger like aesthetic. So hey, if he's gonna keep living as that character, you know, fuck yeah, that's a guy who fucking nails his cosplay. That's a guy who's going to fucking brings his helmet everywhere. Fucking, I would not be shocked if he kept the fucking morpher and he has the fucking power coin. Just fucking every day when he wakes up, fucking says that. I mean, for fuck's sake, he might even answer to Tommy Oliver. You call him that, he might actually respond to you because that man, he clearly is dedicated. The Punisher guy is fucking 31 and clearly fucking attacking people from another fucking universe. Not fucking, like, it has the... I mean, I'm not 100% like certain on how the Punisher works, but I don't think he's ever, like, dimensionally traveled. And even if he did, he wouldn't be in a place where, like, that would be... No, he fucked up. You fucked up twice. You fucked up trying to hurt someone, and not even just him, but, like, also the cops. Super weird. That, like, whatever. And then you fucked up your character? Yeah, fuck you. You're terrible. Get the fuck out of here. You're bad. You fucked. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna end this one because I gotta pack. It's fucking midnight now. So I'm a degenerate, and I decided to not leave you guys hanging. Put this thing out. Have a good time. I'm in the talks to have a guest next week. Yeah, so that'll be good. I'll be a non-Sincora brother in this room, or maybe we're gonna do it over the phone. We'll talk about it. I gotta talk to him with it and stuff like that. But it's actually going to be a listener who's gonna come in and just hang out, and that's kind of also what I wanted to do when I kind of started this whole thing. It's like, who am I other than just a dude who spent money on a microphone? You know, I want to have just, you know, everyone's got something they want to say. Everyone's got their one piece that they want to ramble on about for like fucking 45 minutes. So, you know, obviously, I'm nothing special. So, you know, if anyone cares to listen to, or wants to talk, hey, come on in, and, you know, come on in or call in or whatever. I think I figured out how to do the call-in thing. So I'll figure that out if I didn't, but I think I did. Yeah, so we'll have like a listener coming in, talking about whatever they want. So that'd be kind of cool. And then I want to do a couple other ones. Eventually, I gotta work out times and stuff. But I actually might do a esports one with my elite friends who are actually good at video games and have accomplished things and done actual like real things like that. And who's that one? I have a filmmaker friend I want to get in. So I got to talk to some people. And we're gonna get some things. We're gonna make it a real thing, be like a real show, and not just me talking to myself in my room at midnight about Power Rangers and anime and video games at an excessive volume. Actually, I don't know, I've been pretty quiet this episode. Just trying to keep it mellow, keep it calm and cool. I don't know what I'm doing. Delirious. Alright, well, now I'm going to go and actually try to do the one thing I need to do and pack for this wedding and be an adult. Oh my god. I don't know when this happened, but all of a sudden I'm an adult now. And I'm in a wedding party. I'm going to see someone get married tomorrow, or Saturday. So, without that, I hope you all have a wonderful time being you. And, alright, love and kisses.